this video, I am introducing my new series on Tantra Yoga. This series is called From Shadows to Shakti, and this is my intention to bring a greater understanding of Tantra Yoga to the Western world. Tantra is not just about sexuality. We can harness sexual energy. Working with Kundalini can greatly help people overcome the addictive cycles or the traumas that might be creating stagnation or dysfunction within the sexual system. You don't even have to be in a sexual relationship with a partner to benefit from all of the elements that this series has to offer you, because it is so powerful for every aspect of our lives. Because I am a health counselor, in addition to my yoga practice and my teachings of yoga and my study of Tantra, I want to help facilitate the healthiest sexuality possible for the Western mind. There is a lot of dysfunctional thinking about sexuality in our Western world, and that is spreading to other regions of the world as well. We have pornography and the illegal sex trade and child sexual exploitation, and that's the disease of our society. My yogic path was really aiming towards moving away from the Western idea of yoga and moving towards a more traditional practice. I saw that my life really needed to be balanced, and I wasn't getting that even within my daily yoga practice. I was not getting the balance of energy that I knew that I was missing out on, because while I was getting a really good fitness program, going to yoga every single day, I was really only engaging in the yoga asana. And asana is really the practice of the postures of yoga. And we can think of yoga as encompassing the entire being of ourselves and our place or connection with the larger aspects of the universal energy. Yoga is actually energy work. Yoga, and Tantra Yoga in particular, which was where my interest lied, was developed from Buddhist philosophy and practice. And Buddhism was created or developed as a spiritual practice to transcend human suffering. In the West, we exploit everything. The word Tantra has become a little bit of a hot buzzword because there were some very ritualistic sexual practices in true Tantrism. So it was created as a ritualistic spiritual practice that had Buddhist influence and the influence of Hinduism, and then it branched out. And so yoga today, as we know it, has many different lineages. Today in the West, we think of Tantra, and all of a sudden we get images of sexual practices and maybe ritualism behind sexual practices. We are not so focused here in the West on spirituality of yoga. So Tantra is the buzzword, and you won't hear teachers in the West talk about Tantra much because it has become this buzzword. We are an energetic universe within the physical body, and the uniting of our energetic universe inside with the greater universe and the cosmos. And that really is what yoga is about, uniting these energies. See, it is the human condition to want to separate ourselves, to be individualized, to be egocentric and individual, and think ourselves different than the universal collective energies. Yoga also transcends the identity that we have as nationalistic people, as gender-specific people, as race or creed or religious individuals. Yoga is the transcendence of all of that lower level thinking in the material plane. It's the Western mind which hyper-focused on the sexual aspects and the ritualism of Tantra, and wanted to separate that from the entire system of Tantra Yoga. You won't hear the word yoga in reference to the ritualistic sexual practices that we know of now as Neo-Tantra. There actually should be no association between that and Tantra Yoga. We are going to demystify the word Tantra, even though there is a large amount of mysticism behind the spiritual practice. Tantra has developed the principles and practice transcend this physical body, which can be quite mystical, become very empowered individuals so that we can transcend human suffering and the human condition, and sexuality being for orgasm or reproduction. Journey into the world of Tantra, the world of meditation and pranayama, our breath work, and how we use these things, including the principles of Tantra, on a holistic level. Exciting for me to be able to offer this to you. One, because I am so passionate about this within my own life, but also that I have a really beautiful, loving partner who is absolutely willing to share with you his experiences. Completely transformed his life through the practice of yoga and through meditation and breath work. And that transformation in his life included being able to completely be vulnerable and intimate with me on the deepest level. Really creates this beautiful divine union between us when we come together as a couple, and not just in a sexual nature, but just as a partnership. It on every level has enhanced the quality of our lives, and we want to share that with you. Sexuality affects every other part of your life. If you think that it's separate, you're absolutely incorrect or mistaken, because your sexual nature absolutely does. It affects every level of your energy, your enjoyment of life, your feelings of contentment, and then of course the connection that you have with your partner. We will be delving into real applicable methods that you can use to help facilitate the best, healthiest sexual experiences possible, while coming into your individuality, into your highest self-esteem, and then to begin to empower yourself to use sexuality not only just for intimacy, although that is a big part of it, but also for your creative processes, for creating here on earth. Because healthy sexuality is so exciting, it is so transformative, and absolutely erotic in every way that you would want. If anybody out there is struggling with how to balance out or develop a more holistic sexual life. You have a partner, and maybe there are aspects of your relationship that aren't going so smoothly. Maybe you're in a new partnership and you're navigating all of that, which is complicated, and there's always a lot of challenges in getting to know somebody. Or maybe you've been with someone for many years and sexual aspects of your relationship have gotten stagnant, or you have challenges that you're wanting to overcome. Whatever it is, these practices can help you. They can help to move the stagnant energy. They can help you to overcome addictions. Yes, I have seen it. Overcome trauma, old trauma, overcome new trauma, because that is the human condition. You know, we're always being affected by circumstances in our life which feel uncomfortable, which cause us pain and grief. As human beings, we often have the same battles, the same challenges, the same obstacles we are attempting to overcome. And when we get more involved in a conversation within community about these things, we can understand that we are all moving through the similar processes. We are not alone in our suffering, whatever suffering that exists within us. But to begin to open all of those things up is to transcend that suffering. So please subscribe to the channel, and if you're interested in holistic health and how to apply these principles of yoga to your life in a very probable and practical way, please check out my video series, 5 probable steps to your best change, to becoming your best. And please drop a comment below if you have anything you would like to share, your experience, your path of Tantra, maybe your path of yoga, and we can all sort of reveal together how we move through these processes to become our best self.